Hey guys, Scotty Z. I'm super tired, so I'm going to make this as quick as I can. I was up till 11 o'clock at IKEA last night with thousands of people because they decided to close it in one day. And so everyone was there to get the last things from IKEA. Plus, I've been reading a lot of the comments, watching more videos, reading more articles. Just, again, trying to figure out where I stand in this and what is truth amongst the lies, which maybe we'll only ever know grey. We may not ever know black and white. But one thing that is coming up that I want to address, there are a few people out there who are saying in the comments of my recent videos, oh, how can you say that? Oh, the innocent civilians in Ukraine are dying. Like I'm justifying what Putin's doing. I'm not justifying anyone being in a fight, okay? I'm not justifying people dying. But what I'm saying is pull your head out your ass and realize that you're being lied to. The media, the mainstream media, which is controlled by the cabal, by the globalists. If you haven't figured out that everything that is being said on the news is a manipulation, then you need to go and have a fucking look in the mirror and try and work out who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, there's always going to be someone that's going to tell you who you are. And that's exactly what they're doing. So yes, people dying anywhere is absolutely terrible. What about all of the people right now, for some reason, that are starving to death, that do not have food or clean drinking water in 2022? Manufactured. That's not a natural phenomenon. Why are there people that are dying from very curable diseases, especially in the last 2 years, when there is medicine right there that can help those people, and yet they are dying? Because it's being censored and it's being controlled and manipulated by the same people that are in your head right now, controlling and manipulating the way that you see this catastrophe in Ukraine. What do you think has been happening in the Middle East? I mentioned this in my last video. Libya, Syria, this massive refugee crisis, Iraq, Afghanistan. I didn't see you getting up on your high horse going, oh, but Scotty, what about all the innocent civilians? I didn't say, what is it, because they're brown and they're not white like you? Oh, now Scotty's a racist. No, but why is it then now because it's in Europe and because it's smashed across MSM and because it's Russia, the enemy, that you all of a sudden it's all about these innocent civilians? But what about the other innocent civilians? What about all of the people who have been dying from American and NATO bombs? But you didn't ever say anything about that, did you? Because it wasn't brainwashed into your consciousness that now it's a problem that you need to focus on. Pull your head out your ass and have a look at what is actually going on in the world. You are being manipulated and lied to, and you don't even have the self-reflection to realize it. And I'm talking about some of the people I'm seeing in comments. They're people I've known for quite a while online, and positive and light, love and light, Scotty, and love and light. Oh, what about Ukrainian people? You're defending. I'm not defending anybody. What about all of the Russian soldiers that are going in there? Go and look. Go and actually have a look at what's going on there. Where the Ukrainian, these neo-Nazis, are setting up in residential buildings. I read a report yesterday. They're setting up in hospitals. And they're firing from hospital buildings and from residential buildings where people are living. And the Russian soldiers are going there, cool, I've got one job. Don't hurt the good people, the civilians, and take out these neo-Nazi bastards. Zelensky regime is giving people guns. There is a rise in crime in Ukraine right now because all these people are running around with guns just be like, hey, I'm the boss now. Hey, rob the shop. Hey, kill that person. Hey, rape that woman. Right? There's chaos happening there. Not because of Russia. Russia's trying to, from what I can see, what the research that I'm doing, Russia is trying to demilitarize, meaning take out the rockets, but denazify this puppet regime that's put in there. They don't want to hurt people. I said this in my other video. If Russia wanted Ukraine gone, they would just bomb the shit out of it. It would be gone in a heartbeat. If Russia wanted civilians dead, Kyiv could be flattened. Flattened. Not nuclear, just the amount of bombs they can be shooting and the whole place could be gone. If they wanted to hurt civilians, Russia would go in and bomb the shit out of the place. But they're not doing that. Why? Because they don't want to hurt civilians. That's not the agenda here. But the agenda on the mainstream media is for you to go, oh, the Ukrainian people. Yes, I get it. The Ukrainian people are suffering. It's terrible. These are cousins of the Russians. almost brother and sister. But more importantly, they're human beings. But they're being used for cannon fodder, and they're being used for an excuse for the woke agenda. Oh, the people, to get you all hyped up, right? Get over it. Meaning, don't get over that there's something happening that's terrible, but get over that you're being manipulated to see the world in a particular way and start to wake up to that fact and open your eyes and say, yeah, well, why are there still starving children in Africa and India? Africa is a continent, not a country, by the way. Most people don't know that, but throughout the African continent, why are people still starving? Why are people got malnutrition? We have so much technology. Why? That's very interesting. Why is that happening? Why are these wars continually happening? For 250 years, America, I think I read the other day, and I don't know if this is fact or not, but for 20 years, they have not been at war. They have not in 20 years. Other than that, they're constant regime change. Everywhere they go, they're trying to change the regime with war. Guys, we have to open our eyes. This is the biggest thing. If we're only seeing through one perspective, we're missing that perspective. Now, I'm also not only seeing one perspective. I'm looking at the whole picture. I'm listening to my wife. I'm watching this alternative media. Then I'm going deeper. I'm looking at what mainstream media is saying. It's like this. This glass. If I just look at one side of the glass, I only see one side. But if I look at the whole glass, I might actually get an idea of what this thing is. But if you're looking and saying, oh, it's got this shape on it, and I'm looking from this side saying, what are you talking about? There's no handle. What's a handle? There's no handle on it. No, there's a handle. I'm telling you, there's a bloody handle. I'm like, mate, there's no handle. And you and I are going to be fighting about this thing. As soon as I open my eyes and I'll be like, oh, wow, there's a handle over here. That's very interesting. Oh, there's a handle over this side too. Okay, that's interesting too. Right, and I actually open my awareness to say maybe there is something that I'm missing here. Then I can start to see a fuller picture. Okay, so a bit fired up. I'm going to get out of here and leave you on this one. But please, I'm reading these comments. I'm seeing good, educated, smart, kind, loving people just getting on this MSM bandwagon and being like, oh, it's all terrible. Yes, it is terrible. But it's terrible for everybody involved. The only people that want this are the people who drink children's blood. Listen to the words I'm saying. The only people that this is good for are the people that like to hurt small children. This is what they do. They hurt people. This is the world that they live in. They want to see people suffer. I don't. And I'm pretty bloody confident that the Russian military, who are people just like you and me, my neighbor right there, is in the Russian military. Nice guy. We don't always see eye to eye, but he's a nice enough guy. He's got a young daughter and wife and yada yada. Ordinary people, men and women, like you and me. On the Russian side, okay, I got this task, demilitarize, because that's on our doorstep. Totally get it. There's someone at your door with a gun. What are you going to do? Please go away. That's what Putin's been saying. Please leave us alone. Can you just move over there somewhere? You got guns and at my front door and I'm feeling a bit nervous for me and my family, right? Eventually you're going to smash the door in their face and be like, fuck off, get out of my face, right? So these poor Russian soldiers that'd be like, cool, I got my family over here. My leader is saying, and I quite agree with him, that, this is crazy. These people can't be doing this. Demilitarize. Second, denazify. Go and look at the evidence. It's there. These people are hurting people. The Donbass region, 15,000 people in 8 years have been killed. Innocent civilians. You didn't see that on mainstream media. 15,000 people have been killed in villages in the Donbass region. Who they've been killed by? Not their own people, by the Ukrainian neo-Nazis. Come on, wake up, do the research, go and look at it. You didn't see that on the mainstream media for the last 8 years, but now all of a sudden you've got one-sided agenda. And if you're sitting there repeating that one-sided agenda, there's a handle, there's a handle, there's a handle, there's a handle. Mate, maybe we can have a look and say there is a handle. Innocent Ukrainian civilians are dying right now. But why? Why are they dying? How is it that they're getting into these situations? How did we get here in the first place? Why is this really happening? Oh shit, there's water inside. Right? Like, whoa, what is this? It's a whole new paradigm. Far out. This is a cup. It's not just a thing with a handle. Open your mind. Look deeper. Look from different sources. Sit back. Let it process inside you. Really feel it. Do some more research and make your own decision, not just from a single source, not just from one angle and perspective, which is completely manipulated and controlled. I'm done. I love you. Have fun. Please just share this if it resonates with you, okay? We have to realize that we're being lied and controlled. And as soon as we recognize that, we have an opportunity to change the trajectory. Because if we don't change the trajectory, there's going to be a rallying from the Satanists, the globalist agenda, to get our populations on board to go and fight a war, a third world war. We cannot have that. And it's going to take people like you and me to open our eyes and be like, whoa, there's something going on here. Like we have done with COVID. Whoa, there's something going on here. This doesn't feel right. Oh, quick. Okay, you don't have to wear masks anymore. Oh, quick. Yeah, there's a lot of people rising up. Okay, vaccine passports, unfortunately in Australia, not yet, but vaccine passports, you don't need them anymore, right? And they're constantly repealing because people have been like, man, this is fucking bullshit, right? And so as soon as we start standing up, enough of us, and we share this and we have those conversations, I'm having these conversations with my wife and being like, darling, maybe there's another perspective here, right? Maybe you got to have a look on the other side, right? That's not easy to do. But this is what we have to do, okay? It's not destined to be easy, but it is destined to be fun, as long as you open your mind to the possibility that all of these challenges are here to help us to grow, right? Because you can't grow bigger muscles without lifting heavy weights. You can't expand spiritually, emotionally, and physically as well into a whole new way of living without going through some major challenges to get there. So these challenges are perfect for our growth, our awakening. So let's embrace it, that there is some positive in that as well. But yes, now Scotty's going to get comments saying, oh, you're saying that this civilian should... No, people should never die. But they're going to die. My dad died. Where is it? That side. My dad just died 2 months ago. I will die. You will die. Hopefully that is not in World War III. And if enough of us stand up and say, this is fucking bullshit, I'm calling the crap on this, then we can make a change. I love you. Share it if it resonates. I'll see you in the comments. Cheers.